like your yeah.
I just realised I've still got my.
Oh, you're looking a little bit Britpop.
Yeah, I don't know if I like
a bit
that.
Blur and
It was
Oasis.
because it's cold this morning.
Should we start the...
Should we start talking?
Greetings, I'm Chappers.
I'm the captain.
We're here at sunny Andertons, and it's more sunny today. No. More sunny because Orange are behind us.
Orange!
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Did the weather keep you up last night?
No, something else kept me up last night.
No, it's too much information.
The Indian curry that I had.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad then.
Well, still too much information.
Like a mini typhoon or something in Guildford last night.
In my ass.
Yeah, that's what it was. I could feel my windows rattling, and I thought it was the weather, but no, it was Rob's
actually, yeah, the windows
post-curry bottom.
Sort of without the ass comments. My hotel window was ripped open by the wind last night. Yeah, it terrified the living hell out of me. Yeah, it literally went, Puh! And I was like, what? When does that ever happen?
That is frightening.
I'll tell you when it happens. It happens in sunny Guildford, the home of Andertons.
The home of Andertons.co.uk. Where? I have too many guitars, said no one ever.
Here's the one thing dentists don't want you to know about Andertons.co.uk.
Anyway,
that's my clickbait meme.
Okay.
I hate clickbaits. They really are.
Oh, I see.
Clickbaits,
yes.
You know, like
No, I've seen
one London housewife discovered a special thing inside a loaf of bread and she cut into it. You'll never guess what she found.
It was a mouse, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't want
maybe some bread.
I didn't click that bait.
Bread, didn't you? Okay.
She found some bread in her loaf of bread. What's that?
Well, not what. I'm so excited. I was about to go into a Gibson Les Paul demo, but it's not. Look!
Oh,
look!
Little babies.
There's a hole in the wall.
Oh, yeah, that's the hole where I took this from.
So, Orange Crush. They've been making fine and dandy little guitar amplifiers for, well, as long as I can even remember. But the current, or certainly the current as in the 2014 and older Orange Crush range, the small stuff, has never really, I always kind of thought, and always kind of thought it was a, I'm going to say novelty, but that's a really unfair thing. But it was like, it wasn't really part of
Get
the
it in a really
Orange,
big cracker.
It wasn't really part of the Orange lineup. So you had like these amazing valve amplifiers, and then they did these amazing Crush Pro things. And Crush always to me seemed like, well, let's just get a little guitar amp made in the Far East, make it orange, call it Orange Crush, and it can be part of the range. But no more. Because what they decided to do for 2015 is revoice and re-release all of the small Orange Crush range so that they are now absolutely firmly part of the Orange family with a sort of a rock-a-verb voiced vibe to them.
It's a Crush renaissance.
Was that red flashing?
That red flashing things means that camera is about to run out of batteries.
We better change the battery in it.
We'll change the batteries now.
Bye.
Back in the video room.
Back in the video room. Where did we get to? I know. So, we've got 4 new guitar amplifiers for you in the Orange Crush range for 2015. The smallest one is actually not here because we're so...
It's so small you can't see it.
It's what it is. We're so in front of the curve at Andertons here, we've actually got these amplifiers before they even exist. So the very smallest one is going to be a 6-inch speaker, 12-watt Crush kind of vibe with just one channel. So you turn it on, get the sound you like. Away you go. No reverb, nothing special, but looks cool. Looks basically exactly the same as that, just a tiny bit smaller.
So I'm trying not to laugh because Lee said ahead of the curve and it made me think of his 4-sprung dwarf technique joke. And now I'm trying not to think about that, so I
can't tell that on YouTube, but if any of you know a joke where the punchline is 4-sprung dwarf technique, feel free to put the joke in the comment section. So this is the 20-watt one, which is an 8-inch speaker, a 2-channel amplifier. The one I have here has no effects on it, so I just have basically a dirty channel, a clean channel, and a 3-band EQ. But there is a version of this called the Crush 20 RT that has a reverb and a tuner in it. Robert's one is the top of the range, sort of Orange Crush, sort of mini range, and that's a 35-watter with a 10-inch speaker.
Yes, it's got a built-in tuner that I used earlier just to check it out.
Yes,
and it did work well.
Reverb and tuner.
Yes.
So obviously, let's get you some tones. Actually, the other thing you'll like about all these as well, headphone sockets on all of them. And built into the headphone output is what Orange are calling Cab Sim. Cab Sim. So it's like Sim City, but you just build entire worlds out of cabinets.
Yes.
It's not like that at all.
Could you imagine? That's like Minecraft.
It pretty much is, isn't it?
Oh, maybe you are ahead of the curve. Did you just invent a whole new kind of Minecraft genre?
Make a lot more money out of that than they would selling guitars, that's for sure. No, Cab Sim basically means that the headphone output can be is cabinet emulated, so it's been voiced to sound like one of the Orange 4x12 cabinets, and that'll work as a sort of an emulated DI output if you want to record from it, or just as a plain old headphone socket.
Talking of plain old headphone sockets, here's my clean tone with absolutely no reverb whatsoever.
Why would you ever want to do that?
I don't know, but that's what I keep getting asked. Here's some reverb.
Reverb!
That's a nice sounding bit of thing right there. Let me just give you all the reverb. For
All the reverb?
Yeah, for lols, why not?
Now,
That's the new London Grammar tune.
London Grammar, great shout. Hey, what's funny about that?
Well, because everything they do is covered in reverb, so it's funny. Here is the gain channel.
Oh, naughty.
Just to let you know, I'm using quite a lot of treble and middle. Because, because they're not voiced dark, but I like a bit of treble and middle in my mix.
Treble and middle.
So, and I've got not a lot of gain in the mix, to be honest. That's a stacked single
less
chord.
reverb.
Well, if you want no reverb, how about that? You want a little bit of reverb? Alright, bro, here you go. Now let's put a little bit more gainage in. And here's all the gain. And all the reverb. What did you do?
I don't know, it sounded like you were playing in a toilet.
It sounded great in the toilet. Well, that sounds pretty pleasant,
That's great, yeah.
I mean, you can do all that kind of silly nonsense, or you could use it like a traditional amp, half the gain,
And a bit of
put
pedal.
in a bit of like a plimsoll or something,
Oh.
and then you'd have like. Then you got a sensible rehearsal rig,
Now.
because this is very loud.
I can hear every single one of you on YouTube going, but why would I buy one of those when I could have another brand of amplifier with 750 different effects and different preamp models and modelling and everything else?
Well, that's a
in it,
very
USB and
valid
everything
option,
like that.
young man.
And to be totally honest with you, that for some of you is the correct question to ask. But what Orange have decided to do is kind of sort of depart from this idea of digital jiggery pokery and sort of, you know, very overly complex kind of, you know, what do you call it? Option paralysis type amplifiers. And just go back to going, do you know what? We're just going to go back to old-fashioned solid state MOSFET-y or transistory kind of circuitry.
Yes. Every single person that built this was smoking a pipe.
They certainly, yes, absolutely, and had a beard and a white coat.
Hipster manufacturing.
And so basically that's it. So these amplifiers are very, very straightforward. They work great with pedals. Whether that's anything to do with the fact they're solid state, I'm not sure. Perhaps it might be, but great with pedals. They're going to be incredibly simple to use, very robust, and just, you know, does what it says on the tin kind of stuff. You won't read the manual for anything like this. You'll just plug it in. You'll go, oh look, there's a switch that says clean. Oh, it's clean. There's a switch that says dirty. Oh, it's dirty.
And if you do plug it in, plug it in with an orange cable because they're really nice.
Yeah, orange.
Yes, we really like the orange cables, especially because they're orange.
Especially the 30-foot ones. You know, apparently that's the best-selling cable they ever do.
Best cable you've ever had could be. See what I did there?
Yeah, could
a
be.
30-foot orange cable.
Probably not. 10 or 20.
That really hurts. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
No, whatever
it's a
you
good
do.
look though. If you had ginger hair, like really bright ginger hair, you could grow like a little string.
Gingers have souls. Nothing.
What did you say? My daughter's got red hair.
I know she has. That's why I said nothing. I have a ginger beard.
Do you?
Well, I have a black beard, and then it goes. No, I'm ginger. No, I'm white. Ginger, white, Jim, black.
That's great. So you're like every badass pirate there ever was.
I'm a mix of all colours and creeds on my face.
Black beard, white beard, and red beard,
yes.
all mixed into one.
I'm every pirate combined.
So let me show you. Now, obviously, Rob's is the top of the range.
Wait a minute, Lee. How expensive is that guitar?
Really expensive. About £3,000.
Well, why would you use a £3,000 guitar? Because you want to. That's why.
Yeah. So this is what I'm just going to show you the quick tones on this one because it's got the smaller speaker and it's got no reverb, so it will sound a bit different. Anyway, so kind of same kind of idea. Both these amps are very loud. A bit dry.
Well, add some wet.
Let's try. So what I've got is some pedals on the floor here, which off my pedal board that you've seen me use hundreds of times before. So you can have. And all of a sudden, it sounds perfectly nice. And
it does receive pedals well in it.
It receiveth well. It has its own inbuilt gain, much the same as Rob's, although again it'll sound a little different because the speaker is a different size. I can make it less. The chap from Orange was saying one of the most gratifying sounds on here is actually driving the clean channel. So let's see what happens if we do that.
We better tell Rabia if you're going to drive that clean channel.
I see. The gain thing here is not for the. I thought the gain.
No, you just mean to turn it up really loud.
Oh, Rabia?
You can do that, but just.
I'll do it. I'll do it like this. Ready?
So how much is this one, Lee?
So the range starts. Well, should we go back to front? Should we start dearest one first?
Yeah, okay.
Dearest one first is $199.
Okay.
That's a UK price including VAT and
how
free
much
shipping.
is a Tiny Terror?
$350.
How much is a
400?
Micro Terror?
$99.
So you could have two Micro Terrors or this.
Well, don't forget Micro Terror doesn't have a speaker with it. So if you bought a Micro Terror plus the speaker, it would be more like $170.
Interesting.
Something like that. So
probably similar technology.
I don't know really. I mean, Microterror is on paper not quite as loud, but it does have a tube preamp in it.
Microterror is so loud.
But that was
that
loud.
they should come with a warning saying, I know it's
and
small.
Microterror has no reverb and no tuner in it either, and it's just one channel.
Yeah.
So it's horses for courses. I say this in every video at the moment.
I'm just saying, within the range,
Which
there
horse-
are other options
Which
as well.
horse and which course? Well, there's other brands.
All
as well,
the
you know.
horses.
So anyway, $199 for that. The 20-watt one with reverb and a tuner built in is, he says, cupping his ear, hoping that James from Orange will help him out. How much? 139. And then the one with no reverb and tuner, the 20-watt with no reverb and tuner, is 99.
99
And then if you just
pounds.
want to go right down to the 12-watt one with nothing in it at all, apart from a speaker and some jiggery pokery, is 79. 79.
Yeah.
So they're very, very well priced, very competitive up against all the other stuff that you could go and buy. And
they're orange, which means that they brighten your day.
yeah, they
Wake up,
they've
put
got
the
the
coffee
classic orange wicker front,
Yeah.
the little sort of special orange coat of arms, which for some reason is a sort of a mermaid and a merman.
Listen, man, if you're going to have a coat of arms,
And a
you
dog.
may as well have a mermaid on it.
There's a mermaid in a sort of a Union Jack. It's just as well Scotland didn't leave the Union, wasn't it? Otherwise they'd have had to redesign the orange badge, and that would have been a tragedy. Then you've got a man that's made out of like half a carrot and with a orange hat on, and then a hot air balloon, and a lion. I think Cliff was probably absolutely off his face on the sort of drugs that were around in the 60s, and he just literally
Cooper.
scribbled
It's
something.
a lion,
It's
mermaid,
a
tiger.
mermaid.
Make
Pass
it,
me another
it'll be
spliff.
big. I believe in this.
Yeah, and look at that. Oh,
And
and
he
that
was
was the
right.
other thing, and it says "Voice of the World" underneath it, and that reminded
they are,
me
because
these
Prince
have all
uses them.
had their speakers upgraded from the old Crush range to the Voice of the World speakers.
See, Lee really listens to the people that come here and tell us about the product.
I listen.
I really admire them.
Yeah. Well.
Well, on that note,
Anyway,
I've been Rob Chapman.
and I've been the captain.
We bid you farewell. Have a gravity pick.